there. Listen, I just wanted to quickly whip up a video today just to talk a little bit about, a lot of dynamics or common dynamics, should I say, in relationships. And that is when it comes to fighting. You know, whenever couples get together, there's one aspect of, I guess, psychology that always tends to play out a lot whenever we have a fight, right? And a big part of that is about this need to feel like we have to be right. Whenever there is an argument or a fight, there's always two parts, two sides to the story. And there's, typically one person is extremely strong in their own views and another person is extremely strong in their views. Now, what ends up happening a lot of the time is because our ego, which is our social mask, our self-image, if you like, that part of us always wants to be right. It always wants to make sure that we get the upper hand, that we feel significant, that we feel that our point is got across to the other person so that they can end up realizing and going, yeah, you're right. It's my fault, not yours. And that's what we're always trying to do whenever we're in an argument or a fight of some sort in a relationship. And let me tell you right now that is the kiss of death. That is the absolute kiss of death in a relationship. Because as long as we're spending our time trying to be right, it's always going to screw up at the end of the day. Our mind thinks that if we just say this, we say this, we say this, and we really get that point across, then they'll finally understand. But rarely does it happen because everyone is wired so differently. Everyone has a completely different way in which they view the world. And that means their own circumstances. And there's one thing that all human beings tend to do, and that is stay strong and stay consistent with their own version of the truth. It always happens, and I see it all the time in relationships. And so one of the things that we really need to do is we need to take a more conscious approach. And that means asking yourself the question, do I want to be right or do I want to be in love? Because we have to remember that if we want to be in love, then we have to let go of this need to be right and truly step into the other person's shoes and ask ourselves the question, what is it that they're feeling? And how is it that I can love them regardless of their viewpoint? Now, I'm not saying that, it means that you have to stay in the relationship or you have to agree with their approach, but it just means that you have to at least have a level of compassion, a level of empathy, and almost a level of forgiveness as well for whatever it is that they are talking about, whether that's cheating or whether that's just some sort of behavior that you don't necessarily agree with, or even just a viewpoint that you don't agree with. So it's really important that if we want to take our relationship to a new level and actually really step into the mode of love, we've got to really ask ourselves the question, do I want to be right or do I want to be in love? And if your answer is the latter, if you want to be in love, then you need to take an approach of compassion and empathy. If you do that, you can step into the other person's shoes and really, really get to understand what is going on inside of their mind and how can you play a part in terms of shaping them through your love, rather than just having this desire to feel significant or make sure that you feel like your point has got across so that you can feel like you're validated on some level and that you're made to feel right. It's just a really important shift that you need to make if you want to take your relationship to a new level. I don't believe in any of this sort of game playing. I don't believe in any of that. I believe in stepping into love. If you can learn to step into love, I promise you that you will increase your chances of having an extraordinary relationship, because love is the greatest force on this planet. It is the greatest ability, it gives us the greatest ability to be able to transform both ourselves and our relationships. So it's really important you take that approach. I'd like you to just consider that, test it out, see how it works, write your comments below, let me know how you're getting on with it, and I can give you some tips and some advice in terms of how to actually improve that and make that little shift in your psychology, because I promise it makes all the difference in your life. So God bless. Do click like on the video if you've enjoyed it, and click subscribe so you can get more videos like this, and all the very best.